Only on Fox tonight, we saw them in action just last week, rescuing 3 hurt hikers deep in the mountains. The helicopter aquatic rescue team, also known as the Heart Team, is in the midst of training for some of the most dangerous calls they'll face. Pickens County Emergency Management is bringing Upstate first responders and the National Guard together for intense training this week. The team rescues people from floodwaters during hurricanes and even those hurt in the mountains. And tonight, we're inside one of their choppers, seeing places most civilians won't ever get to see unless they're being rescued. Fox Carolina's Shale Remien is being hoisted to new heights.
We report when major rescue missions happen, but you at home very rarely get to see how exactly people are rescued. That's until now. We're getting a closer look from up in the air and on the ground.
These calls happen 5 or 6 times a year. The severity of these calls is ramped up really high.
Hovering hundreds of feet above the mountains is the Heart Team.
Being part of a team that involves the military and civilians, and to be able to collide those two worlds together and create a team is special.
This elite group of the National Guard and local first responders have tallied up countless rescue missions over the years.
We actually had a young man on Table Rock that was on a cliff, and SC Hart got here and they hooked to him, and just as they hooked to him, the ground below him gave away. They were lifesavers that day.
Those are the outcomes they want, and the reason they train for multiple situations for hours on end.
We don't have roads here, so it may take us 3 or 4 hours to get to someone.
We've been deployed into hurricanes, so we do not only mountain rescue, we do swiftwater rescue.
We can get in and assess the situation, be able to give them a GPS coordinates of where we're located. They have radars and all kinds of special equipment in the helicopter that can bring them right to us.
Whether a first responder is on the ground with a patient or up in the chopper being hoisted down, they each train to understand each other's role.
Like if someone's here and turns an ankle or breaks a leg or something, they may have never even been on a helicopter before.
So I thought I'd step into their shoes. Well, at least their harness. I strapped up to get the feeling of what 80+ mile-an-hour winds feel like under a Blackhawk UH-60. Here we come up to the top where this team physically hoists me into the chopper, safe and sound.
Like the last 2 rescues we had this month, it felt like we was out here doing our training today. So when you're training that good and your rescues feel like training, you're doing something very well.
Now, Thursday's training will be even more intense and dangerous given the fact that they're hoisting survivors up right next to a waterfall right in Laurel Fork Falls. In Pickens County, I'm Shale Remien. Back to you.